Hey, it's Chris Beyer.
Chris Bowling.
Good morning,
Good
CB.
morning.
So you and I've been doing this for what, 5 years now? Yeah,
Five full
5 years
years.
now.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of similarities we have. We're both Chris, both last name with a B, both dads are Larry, both June birthdays, all the stuff, the CB
Yes.
squared
Yes.
aspect.
Yes. Yes.
But I wanted to talk about why we're still in the Midwest. In a sales and client management role, there'd be multiple different communities we could go to, and we are in rural Iowa, Illinois, Missouri at any given time.
Yeah.
Why
And
here?
why? Especially, especially coming out of the most miserable winter we've had.
Yeah, yeah, that's another reason to consider this.
I, I think I asked myself that multiple times in January and February of why. It's funny when we go back to how similar we are. Both our dads' names are Larry. They were both
Yep.
salespeople, and they both sold in this same geographical area.
Yes.
And it's
Yep.
and you and I have come across some amazing businesses in such rural areas. And it's
Yeah.
fascinating that they're that successful, multi-generation. And my first
Yep.
question is, where are you finding these people to fulfill these jobs?
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
it, I think I had said this way early in this venture that you and I have done. I like insurance. Insurance is fun.
Yeah.
But you know what I love more is getting to know that business owner and why they started their business. How did they start their
Yeah.
business? What drives them
Yeah.
to, is it going to be a
Yep.
multi-generational company? But yeah,
Yeah.
you and I come back to why are we still here? This is what we know, you know?
Yeah. I know. If I drive an hour radius of my house, I mean, there's four, five, six, seven generations of my family that were lived here, are buried here. Like it's home
Right.
in Illinois, but here it's you and I were talking about this. We were in another state yesterday driving, and there's this enormous factory, enormous
Huge.
manufacturing company.
In the middle of
Like,
nowhere.
why did they
Right.
put it there? And that gets me intrigued to figure out exactly it. Why? What led your family to that area? Why are you there? How are you successful? How did you come up with this idea to make that
Right.
product from this community? But
Right.
as we get to these smaller communities, they've all got hospitals, manufacturers, schools, cities, transportation companies, and it is fun when you can get to know the culture of that community, and you're working with multiple different businesses, which is we're fortunate to do. We don't
Yes.
just focus on one industry. It's more geographic, which has been fun.
Yeah. Like I go back to that company yesterday. You and I are driving. We're like, what is that? I mean, is that like a power plant? It was the size of a nuclear power plant, and
Yeah.
it was
Yep.
literally in the middle of a cornfield and
Yeah.
blew our mind. And you
Yeah.
drive another 20 minutes, you're like, look at the size of that company. I
Yeah.
just love it. I think that's what's fun about rural America. And they're just our kind of people. I mean, it's
Yeah.
people
Absolutely.
that we know. It could be somebody that you knew as a kid. You're like, man, you remind me of so and so, and then you find
Yeah.
out once again, it's such a small world that, yeah, his uncle knew your cousin, and it's
Yeah.
just
It definitely is. And what's funny is the advent of our virtual meetings. I mean, we've got clients from literally coast to coast now that
yeah,
are covering the entire United States, and we've got clients across the country, but most is right here because that's where we know we understand
yeah,
that community. So I thought that was fun to reflect back to that, just how much we've continued to do what our dads do. You know, call on those rural farm communities.
yeah. And what's funny, Chris, is my kids are doing the polar opposite. One's in Colorado. I should say one is in Missouri. So but he'll do something different. But one's in Colorado. One is God knows where. So
Yeah,
it's like, even though we encouraged our kids that this is a great community to raise a family, or this area is, they
yeah,
had different plans. They were like,
yeah.
no, this is a big, big world and we want to go see it. And so it's good
Good
and
for
bad.
them. Yeah,
This is kind of
yeah,
the last bowling family that will probably live in this area, is my kids
yeah,
scattered. So, but that's
yeah.
all right.
No, that's a good point. We'll still have fun. We'll just drive around
We
the
will
middle of the
still have fun.
farmlands. Awesome. Thanks for
Awesome
sharing this
topic.
one.
All right, we'll see you, buddy. Bye bye.
Yep. Bye bye.